Just before we move on, I also want to cover a different way of finding specific cases inside the reading room. This is in case you have a topic, but you don't actually have a specific citation from one of the articles in the Education and Law Journal. So assuming that we were doing minority language, which has a list of articles in the Education and Law Journals right here, if we didn't find what we were looking for in a citation, we can still use something called the table of classification in the Canadian Abridgement for the Education to find cases by topic. So, Mary Ann, why don't you show them the front page of the table of abridgment? Sorry, of the table of classification. So, you see Education Law 3rd edition, and which page is this on the volume?
It is approximately in the middle.
So it's actually page 1, even though there's all this front matter before it. So, let's see if we can find something on minority languages.
Oh, here's something right down here. Minority language education.
And what main section is that under, Mary Ann?
It is under the second section of primary and secondary schools.
Great. So under primary and secondary schools, there's actually a whole section on minority language instruction.
So if we were looking for language of instruction, we would look to section 334.
It's important to note that's actually a section number and not a page number.
So you look for 334, and here it begins. Language of instruction, it's actually on page 95. Primary and secondary schools, minority language education, subsection, Chart of Rights and Freedoms, subsection, language of instruction.
Now, what do we find in this section now?
We'll find several cases cited that have to do with this topic.
And those cases, just like before, are linked by section and provide a list of different collections which you can find in the reading room that have the actual court cases listed in them.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just go straight through the table of classifications to the appropriate section, and from there you can find 3 or 4 different collections that one case would be cited in, then go look them up in the stack index, see which ones actually are held by the library, and then find the case directly.
Exactly.